right, friends, welcome to Cardio Flow for the care of Waldenstroms. I'm here with a beautiful group of friends from all over, and we're ready to get moving and breathing. Before we do anything, I would like us to sort of check in with how we're feeling and what our energy levels and stress levels might be. So to do that, I'd like to begin with a little centering exercise. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. All right. So we're going to start with the feet on the earth. I'm sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to relax my shoulders up, back, and down a couple times. And then I might feel like closing my eyes. So we're just getting started, getting centered. I'm closing my eyes. And I'm going to take a few breaths here in my cardio flow class, checking in with myself. How am I feeling today? Breathing in, breathing out. Allowing myself a few moments to just arrive in whatever state of being I'm in. Breathing in, breathing out. Coming into this moment as fully as you can and observing your state of being, asking yourself the question, what is my energy level today? If I were to try to ascribe a numerical value to my energy level, 1 is low energy, 10 is high, what might that number be? Just letting that number pop into your head. And then if you want to share it with me, you could lift up that number on your hands and share your energy level with me from 1 to 10. 1 being low, 10 being high. Okay, thank you so much. And still centering, still breathing. Many of us care for fatigue on a regular basis. So it is an important thing to do to check in with your energy levels and do what we call activity pacing. So we start this class off this way to kind of get you into the habit of connecting with your energy levels so that you can make decisions about what might be best for you. Am I going to go do that really hard thing if I'm a 3 or I'm low energy? So taking a couple more breaths here, just without judgment. We know what that energy level was, and we might be observing, does it change as a result of this class? And let's just begin to come back, and we'll skip the stress part because I think we'll focus just on energy today. That sounds good to you. So opening the eyes, and you see that Ginger was having some problems. I hope she figures it out. We're just going to move the head. We're going to start by moving the head side to side. Right, tilting the ear towards the shoulder, the other ear, other shoulder. And as I do this, I'm going to let both arms relax. I could even let the arms kind of hang at my sides so they're even a little heavier. Moving my head from side to side. My goal with our warm-up is just to lubricate the joints. Many of us care for osteoarthritis. And so I don't want to go into these whole body movements without a little bit of lubrication first. Beautiful. You've got it, Edith. Wonderful. And then I'm coming back to center, and I'm going to stretch that right arm out. And I'm going to take a lot of space between my fingers, as much as I can muster. And I'll just go ahead and make a fist around my thumb and drop the knuckles down. Hope you got that sorted, Ginger. We're breathing in, lifting, spreading. Breathing out, knuckles down. Good, and one more like that. Lifting, spreading, dropping those knuckles down. Catch up with me if you haven't done this, you can do it. And then I'm going to tilt my left ear away from my arm and just take some easy circles here, getting the shoulder moving. Feet are anchored down as I continue to breathe, and that arm can move downward little by little, tucking my arm behind my back if that would feel okay, or resting it on the hip depending on my mobility. And I got my left ear tilted, and I'm going to spin my chin down. And just take a few easy breaths. You might even want to sigh it out on the exhale. Letting go of those tensions we might be carrying around with us. Why not let them go for the rest of this class? Very good. And we'll switch it up. I've got the left arm out to the left, lots of space between the fingers, tilting those fingertips back towards the face. You got it, nice stretch for the wrist. And then I'm going to drop that knuckle down, fist around the thumb. Breathing in, opening, spreading wide. Breathing out, knuckles down. You got it, one more like that. Opening, spreading, and knuckles dropping down. I'll keep my palm lifted and tilt that right ear towards the right shoulder, ever so gently beginning to circle my palm. And that palm can move downward little by little. And just a note, for those of us who tend to push ourselves to the max, you know who you are. I know who you are because I'm one of them too. I'm going to tuck my arm behind the back. I'm giving us permission today to go to 75% of our effort. Spinning the chin down, looking at that right shoulder and taking a few breaths, sigh it out the mouth. What if I allowed myself to not work so hard all of the time? I could still get the benefit from all of the movements, all of the breathing, but I might avoid depleting myself. Come on, back up to center, and we'll go ahead and just lift both arms up, reach the arms up as high as feels good to you, and bring the arms out and down. So we're getting our energy lifted. Breathing in, breathing out, moving every part of the body just a little bit before we get into some of our standing postures today. And just a note, that's also optional. If you want to stay seated the whole time, you can. Doing this at your own pace, 2 more. Got it. And last one. All right. And now I'm just going to make some gentle sort of swimming-like motions. Thank you, Catherine. I really like what you were doing there, the thumb pointing down as I bring my hand through this imaginary water. Looking forward to maybe going swimming this weekend. Visiting my friend who has a pool. And that is quite a luxury to be able to do that. And I might just, this is my favorite way to swim. I can't really do any other kind of swimming other than just a breaststroke, right? But I really need, and those of us who are caring for rounded posture really need to squeeze the shoulder blades together and exercise the muscles that go along the spine to help undo that rounded posture. Maybe one more like that, and I'm going to give myself a hug for taking good care of myself today, even if I'm just doing a little bit of what we're offering today. Breathing in, Breathing out. Easy breath in. Easy breath out. And then we'll go ahead and open the eyes if you had them closed. Maybe take a couple of wrist circles. And then we'll get into some whole body movements and some lower body movements before we stand up and do some really fun, some fun movements today. You know, I love creating new little things for us to try. So I'm going to continue to sit here with a little bit of a wider stance. Feel free to, sip your water anytime you need to. And I'm going to bring a little bit of circular movement into my spine, into my torso. If you're standing, you could do hip circles. Getting myself revved up. I think of this as the rev me up kind of motion. Good, we'll come back the other direction. Holding down the fort there, Marjorie. Keep up the good effort there. And then we'll come slowly back to center and do a little bit of side bending. So I'm lifting that right arm up and over. Coming back to center, lifting the left arm up and over. I'm going at my own pace here. If something doesn't feel right, I'll skip it. If something feels extra good, I'll do more of it. So I'm just observing any sensations I experience as I flow through this session today. Good. Come back to center and bring those arms out to the sides like a cactus. We're going to do a few little torso twists. So I'm going to just twist my body to the right a little bit. Come on back to center, breathing in. Exhale to the left. Breathing into center. Moving from side to side with my breath, only going as far as feels good to me. Continuing to anchor through the sit bones and the feet. Good, one more. And then we're coming back, giving ourselves another hug, opposite arm on top. Tuck the chin. Take a few easy breaths here. And then we'll go ahead and just walk the feet back and lift one foot and then the other. So I'm getting a little bit of movement into my knees. And I'm going to try to do this without shifting my body from side to side. So I'm really anchored down. I could hold it onto my chair if that would be more stabilizing. Lifting one leg at a time. And maybe you want to try holding that right leg out. The leg is extended, the leg is straight, and I can really feel the top of that right leg working, working, working. I'm breathing and releasing. And then we'll switch sides. So a little strengthening here, lifting that left leg up, holding that left leg for a couple breaths. Feel that strength in the left leg. Big breath, and then let it go. Lifting that right leg up, and we're just going to point and flex that right toe a few times. Leg is held in the air, so we're working that thigh as well. And when you're ready, switch sides. Lift that left leg up, point and flex the left toes. A little bit of movement in a lot of places. I feel like that seed has been planted with you, my friends. And then I'll just make a whole body motion here, but I'm going to start at the edge of my chair. And I'm going to try to stabilize my core as I march in place. Opposite arm, opposite leg. All right, Marching in place, opposite arm, opposite leg. And again, I'm trying not to shift my body back and forth too much. I'm going at my own pace, just walking along merrily. And don't forget to breathe. All right. And then coming to rest for a moment. The hands can rest on the lap. I'll invite you to do another centering exercise where we check in with how we're feeling energetically. Are we feeling depleted, fatigued? Do we feel like standing up would be the right decision? So making that decision for yourself by just connecting for a moment longer with your breath, with your energy level. If you remember the number that you were thinking at the beginning of class, representing your energy level, you can kind of compare now. And it's not always easy to come up with something quantitative. But you can decide to just sit and breathe the whole class, and that would be fine by me. If you would like to stand and do some standing exercises with me, I'm going to go ahead and stand up and grab a little sip of water. Make sure that my space is clear of clutter, so I'm not going to trip over anything. I mean, it's basic, but I got to tell you, friends, when I hear people falling and I ask what happened, a lot of the times it was from tripping over something on the floor. So that's my little PSA for you right now. So coming to stand, and we're going to do what we were just doing, walking in place. Walking in place. Here I am walking along, and you guys are all doing this, opposite arm, opposite leg. Most of you are doing it, but if you're not doing it and it makes you stop and think, good. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Why would I want to do opposite arm, opposite leg? Well, let's stop for a moment and try same leg, same arm, and see how that affects your feeling of stability and balance. And it can be up to you. I don't have to be the one telling you this. And I will just say, for me, I feel way more balanced when I do opposite arm, opposite leg. So returning to that. Now, if you are one of the few people who feel more balanced doing same side, by all means try that. But it can also be beneficial for us to create new neural pathways if it's not something we're used to. So opposite arm, opposite leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. I'm going to come up onto my tiptoes and float my way down, holding onto my chair. Breathing in, floating up. Breathing out, sinking down. A lot of you have really improved your balance over the years we've been practicing together. And this is one of those exercises you tell me you do on your own that has helped with that. And helped with peripheral neuropathy. So keep it up. Maybe you would like to float one or both arms out and up. Maybe the hand stays on the chair the whole time. Maybe I don't have to push myself completely to my edge today if I am on the lower end of the energy scale. Floating my way up, floating my way down with my breath. One more. Very nice. And now I'm going to take a strong chair pose, and I'm going to hold it. So I'm going to sink down, bending my knees. If you have knee issues, maybe you don't bend as deeply. I'm going to bring my hips back. I'm pulling my belly towards my spine, and I'm tucking my chin. And then an option here would be to bring the arms out to the sides. So I'm going to bring the arms out to the sides today. Squeezing my shoulder blades together a little bit. isometrically pushing my feet apart. So I'm not moving anything, but there's some energy in my legs, in my feet, in my glute muscles. And I'm just going to take a couple more breaths here. Feel that strength in your glute muscles. You got it. It's beautiful. And let's come out of it and walk it out. Once again, opposite arm, opposite leg. So strong in your chair pose. And that pose is great for strengthening the muscles we need for getting up out of a chair and for walking up steps and things that are pretty important. So let's do another set of chair pose. Don't you love this? I know when I go to classes with other teachers and they put a whole bunch of chair pose in the classes, I'm like hating the teacher, but it is a very good pose. So sinking down, hips are back, belly is pulled toward the spine, so I'm using my core muscles. And you could do whatever you want with the arms. Maybe the arms come out to the sides, maybe they come forward, maybe you have the hands at heart center, right? Do what feels good to you. I'm really just focused on the lower half of my body. The other place I have used this pose, and this is a little bit indiscreet, but if you happen to use a bathroom that is not exactly clean and you don't want to sit on the toilet seat, this will help you. You're strengthening all those hovering muscles. All right, and then I'm walking it out. I just had to see if you would smile a little bit, and you did. Walking it out, breathing, breathing, breathing. Maybe you need to take a break, take a sip. Right, that could be good. If you like to keep walking, you can keep walking. And then I'll take my wider stance and begin to circle my hips. After I come back from my little water break, I'm circling my hips. I got my feet glued down into the earth, and I'm just circling my hips forward, side, back, side, forward, like a hula hoop. And I hope to see you guys this coming Tuesday. We'll have Rami coming back. And this is one of the exercises we do with Rami as a warm-up. Come back the other direction. But Rami has his stopwatch, and he puts his stopwatch on at 3 minutes, and we do things for a specific amount of time, and it's pretty cool way to practice. You've got it, Lois. Taking good care of you. And I'll slowly come back to center, and then I'll do another set of side bends. And this has been really helpful for me lately, releasing tension in my neck. So with that wider stance, I'm going to lift that right arm up and over, and on the left side, I'm going to let this arm really dangle. So I'm letting all of the muscles relax from my neck and my shoulders down to my fingertips. I'm breathing in, switching sides, left arm lift, and right arm is just dangling, hanging. Space is being created there. I'm letting go. Breathing in, right arm reach, left arm loose. And left arm reach, right arm relax. Okay, now I'm going to come back and I'm going to just let my heart forward and I'm going to let both arms swing. And I think I decided I'm going to name this exercise the Sweet Chariot exercise, because every time I do it, I think of that song, swing low, sweet chariot. And I just get into bringing space into my shoulders, into my elbows, my wrists, my finger joints. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Upper body work, a little bit of upper body work. I've got that wide stance and a little bit of a bend to my legs. I'm going to reach with the right hand to the right. I'm going to grab and pull it back in. I'm going to reach with the left, grab, pull it back in. So I'm reaching and grabbing. I'm grabbing on to something good. What is it do I need? Energy? Calm? Reaching and grabbing, pulling it in, reaching and grabbing. Getting those things, abundance, community. Finding what it is you need, grabbing it, pulling it in. All right, and now we're going to get rid of the bad things, so I'm going to throw it away. Throwing away stress. Throwing away anger. Throwing away nausea, fatigue. Getting rid of it. Goodbye. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Take a breath. Take a stretch. So we can take the hands to a countertop, a wall, or a chair. Walk yourself back a little bit. And if you have glaucoma or vertigo, keep the head lifted, right? Otherwise, I might feel safe peeking down and getting a little stretch to the backs of both legs. Some space in the shoulders, some space in the spine. And then we're coming up nice and slow. And let's go ahead and I'm always designing new ways to do Warrior One, which is a pose we do in our yoga classes. So I'm going to take my right foot forward and my left foot back at an angle. And I'm sinking into my right leg. If you feel kind of wobbly here, you can walk that right foot to the right. So create a really wide base. And I'm going to pretend that there are these big levers right in front of me. And I'm going to grab onto those big levers and pull them back, straightening my leg. Inhale, reach for the levers, bending the knee. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. You got it, Edith. Inhaling, reaching, grabbing the levers like they're huge long levers coming out of the ground all the way up. And doing this a few more at your own pace. Reach, grab, squeeze the shoulder blades. And maybe one more like that. Beautiful. And now I'm going to straighten my legs and shorten my stance. I still have the right foot forward. Really important here that if you don't feel balanced, we're going to walk that right foot to the right, because we're going to be doing something where we reach both arms up. Both arms are reaching up, the palms face forward. And then very slowly, I'm going to bring my arms down and back behind me, and I'm going to take a little bow forward. Inhale, lift the arms, straighten the torso. Palms face forward. Exhale, take a bow, squeeze those shoulder blades again. Tuck the chin. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, arms coming back, leaning forward just a little bit. We'll take one more. You guys are doing great. Good. And then I'm going to grab onto my chair. I still have my right foot forward, and I'm just going to kick up that left leg a few times. So I'm kicking up that left leg, working that left glute muscle, the lower back. Right? Definitely not a contest to see how high I can kick my leg up, right? Again, if I'm depleted today, maybe I just come a couple inches off the ground. I'm just looking to strengthen that right leg and my sense of balance. One more. You got it. Very nice. We will take a little breather here in another stretch. So I'm taking both feet back, stretching the backs of my legs, my spine, my shoulders, and keeping things lifted if I have glaucoma or vertigo. Coming up nice and slow, and I can step that left foot forward, right foot back, lots of space between the feet for foundation, and I'm sinking into my left knee. My torso is upright. And remember those imaginary levers. I'm going to grab them and I'm going to pull them back, straightening my legs. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Breathing in, bending, breathing out, squeezing. You can do this at your own pace. You got it. Reach, grab those levers, pull them back. I don't know what the levers are doing. Maybe you can imagine on your own what's happening with the levers. Breathing in, last one. Breathing out. And then I'll go ahead and shorten my stance a little bit. Make sure you have that stable feeling before we do this one, because we're going to reach both arms up in the air. And if you feel out of balance here, you could keep one hand on the chair. And as I bring my arms down and back, I'm going to lean forward with a tucked chin. Breathing in, lifting up. Let's make any modifications you feel you might need. Bowing, taking that bow. We breathe in, we rise up, palms forward, palms back, squeeze the shoulder blades. We'll take one more. Very good. And then we're going to come up to stands, taking a sip of water if you need it. And I was really happy to change up some of the things we're doing that will benefit us in terms of creating a little bit of strengthening in that upper back area. So helpful for posture, which is then helpful for breathing, and that supports everything else. So we're going to come back to our reach and grab that we were doing. We're reaching and grabbing, but now you have an option to step the opposite leg behind you as you reach and grab. Sorry, it's actually the same side, arm and leg, that are doing something, but they're going to the opposite direction. So a little bit of neuroplasticity being created here, doing something a little bit different. Maybe you're not used to this. Reaching and grabbing, and I'm grabbing that thing I want and need. Right? Maybe it's gratitude. Maybe it's just joy. I am in a body. I have the ability of having this human experience. Some days it's great, some days it sucks, but I'm here. All right, reaching and grabbing, reaching and grabbing. One more on each side. And then I'm just going to throw away that stuff I don't need. Really, really fast. As fast as I can go. Get rid of it. Be gone. Maybe it's a racing mind. Maybe it's anxiety. Get rid of it. Bye-bye. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And feel that vitality. And feel that energy flowing in your arms. Maybe a couple wrist circles would feel good. Just a couple more standing poses and then we'll wind down. So I want to take, again, my wider stance and bring my toes out to the sides a little bit. If you're caring for knee issues, keep the toes pointed forward. I'm going to sink down into my knees just a little bit. Again, if you have those knee issues, maybe you do not go as deep. I'm noticing I could feel a little off kilter here, so I'm going to really try to use my core, pulling my belly towards my spine. I'll bring both arms out to the sides. So here I am. I'm going to reach up and grab to the right, straightening the legs and then sinking down into that posture. Breathing in, reaching up, grabbing to the left. Exhale, sink down. Grabbing that energy, reaching up. Exhale, grounding, centering. Inhale, left. Exhale, here I am. Breathing in, one more on each side. Breathing out, solid. Last one, inhale. Good. Sink down, and I'm going to stay here for another couple breaths, or I'm going to leave if I need to take care of my energy levels. Feel that strength in the legs. Really, really hug the muscle along the bones. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, nice job, guys. Walk it out. And we'll do a little stretch here, a little wide-legged forward fold. So I'm taking that wide stance and I'm letting my hands slide down my legs and I'm leaning forward to whatever degree feels safe to me. I'm not going to round my back here. I might keep my head lifted. I definitely am going to keep my chin tucked. So I'm protecting the back of my neck. But you can also do this with your hands on your seat or on a couch or something, if that would feel more stabilizing. Going down as far as feels good to you. And then we'll come back up nice and slow. Just a little visit to that wide-legged forward fold. And one last time, we're going to walk in place. This time we're going to slow it down. So we're going nice and slow here. Remember that that core is stabilizing you. And as I do this, I notice I naturally kind of want to put a little twist into this. So I'm twisting and I might bring the opposite arm a little back behind me as I do this. So I'm twisting and twisting a little bit. And as I get a little bit slower, I might hang out there in my twist balance if I feel stable doing so. And I could try this with my hand on a chair, right? Maybe I want to change this up and just make it mine. Maybe I'd rather, stand on one leg. But this is a really nice new thing you can do, twist and balance. So I'm twisting towards the leg that is lifted. One of my faves. Got it. Twisting towards the leg that's lifting. One more on each side. Nice, Betty Ann. And then let's go ahead and come to sit. Take that sip on the way. You guys did so great today. I feel I worked up a little bit of a glow, a sweaty glow. So let's wind down with our hip stretch, our twist, and one last centering exercise. So we'll take that right ankle over the left knee, grab onto the shin, whatever's available, and work towards finding the amount of sensation that's right for you. I might have to lean forward, or I might just stay exactly where I am and I'm feeling lots of sensation. Healthy stretching sensation in that right hip. Change this if this doesn't feel right for you. Some of us, if we have knee issues, if we have hip issues, might prefer to do this in a reclining posture. Can you soften somewhere? Relax a little bit. Stop working so hard all the time. And then we'll come up, cross the knee over, take a little twist to the right. Turning on those core muscles to do your twist safely. So I'm squeezing my core, peeking over my right shoulder, and then slowly unwinding back to center. You got it. So good today, friends. Got that left ankle over my right knee, or whatever works, right? Doing something different if this doesn't work. And I'm going to lean forward or stay to whatever degree feels good to me, not rounding my back. I'm not rounding my back. That's good, Lois. Softening where I can soften, and definitely adding the breath. It's a little superpower to add the breath to everything. Coming up to sit, cross the knee over, take your twist to the left, peeking over that left shoulder as you squeeze the core muscles, along the spine. Maybe it's a very gentle twist for you today. And then we're coming back to center, making any other movements. The body's asking for imagining gold stars raining down on us for taking such good care of ourselves today. And we'll take a final centering exercise. This can be done seated. This can be done reclining if you need to rest. You have a more comfortable place you'd like to rest. You can switch it up. So I'm going to just start by noticing the parts of my body that are touching something. The floor of the seat. I'm going to just ask my body to relax from head to toe. And that means my eyelids too, so I could soften my gaze or close my eyes. And I'm going to let my belly hang out, just be soft, to encourage my breathing. I'm breathing in, breathing out. How do I experience the feeling of energy in my body? How do I even begin to ascribe a numerical value to my energy level? Maybe there's a feeling of warmth or tingling. Maybe there's a feeling of clarity or focus. I'm just observing what I can observe about my current state of being energetically. And then just letting a number represent my current energy level from 1 to 10. 1 low energy, 10 high energy, without judgment. If your number did not go up, or if it did go up, either way, maybe holding that up on a hand, maybe the energy stayed the same. Just noticing and sharing if you want to share. And then releasing those hands down. And opening the eyes. And I hope you can take a little feeling of rejuvenation with you into the rest of your day or evening. Thank you so much for your practice today. I'll see you very soon, friends.